It's hot. I just want to rest too today. I wanted to just rest, but then I want to get something to eat. So you know, I don't know. It's gonna go how it's gonna go, and I'm not God. I'm not in control, but I know that everything is gonna be okay. That's what I know, and I just have to be patient. I guess I don't really know, but um. And I think another thing is like, God, like this is what that guy said. He said everything I like wanted and was planning for and everything that I wanted to happen and how I thought it was going to go, it didn't even go like that. But why does God like want us to plan and hope for these good things and, write a vision and make it plain whenever like it really doesn't even matter for real? Like it doesn't matter because you could write out. I have notebooks and I've ripped up, I had to burn, throw away all these papers of like notes and notebooks and stuff, like just writing things down because like of like dreaming and thinking of things and stuff like that. Some of them were stupidity. Some of them were stupidity, but then some like were, like real life dreams, and it's just kind of crazy a little bit. So that's that. But I love the Lord and I'm grateful that, I have my life together. My life is okay. I'm clean and sober, so that's that. And I feel like I'm doing okay, but then God like may see otherwise. And I don't know. I don't even want to put this makeup on. Okay, I'm not gonna put. Oh, okay, I'll just do the other side real quickly. But then I don't even like wearing makeup anymore. Ever since I cut, well, I might get like a fountain pop today. Um, but yeah, no, like today, like rest day, like you're supposed to stay off your phone. And yesterday, okay, this is what I need to learn how to talk to the camera. But anyway, so what I feel like for me, like I do a lot of like I search for the prophetic words, okay? I'm an ex drug addict. I'm like 5 years, almost in October it'd be 6 years clean. People don't believe this about me, but it's 100% true. Anyway, it doesn't even matter what you think or anything. But anyway, so I used to be addicted to watching the tarot card videos over all day from sun up till sundown. I wanted to know, no, 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 like what, this, that. I was like obsessed. It was weird, weird behavior. And they would only get you like with the like the little smidge of accuracy, right? And it's all through familiar spirits. There's demons all over the playing field, and anyway, so long story short, after God delivered me and He set me free. How He did this was I literally I went on my computer or my phone or something and I read something where it said the disciples of Jesus vigorously opposed the witches and the witchcraft. And I was like, that's crazy. But we as modern day Christians, we don't go around just like shunning the witches and shunning them. We're trying to like lead them out of the darkness and praying for their hope and salvation and, all this and that. But I mean, some of them you have to stand hard against them because they're attacking you. When people are attacking you spiritually, you're not just going to be like, I mean, sometimes God will lead you to humbly and respectfully pray for people, but sometimes you have to give them, you know, it's not tit for tat, okay? It's not like, oh, I have to matching energy. We don't do that around here. I don't do that, you know. But anyway, so long story short, so after I read that about Jesus's 12 disciples vigorously opposing the witches and the warlocks, from that very day I was set free. And during this time, it was so weird because like everything was clicking in my brain. No secular music, no sex, no masturbation, no overeating, no unhealthy food, no body sprays. I feel like for some occasions perfume is like okay, but from like me, God, like he showed me a lot about things, just like products and things, and energy exchange through the money. You could be buying a product that came from straight from a witch or a warlock, stuff like that. Anyway, to bless your food. When you eat your food, bless it. Cover your house with the blood of Jesus. Anoint yourself with the oil. Anoint your home with the oil. All these things. And so anyway, so I was, after the tarot card was broken off of me, I used to watch just sermons after sermons, nothing but sermons, always trying to learn and grow and like feed my spirit, like what I should be doing. Not necessarily knowing, like in the tarot card community, it's always about drama and like what they said and what they did behind your back, and how the spirit is gonna get them and karma's coming for them. I don't really believe that that's the gospel. I don't. They preach they preach the doctrines of devils. So over here, when you're paying attention to the Lord, it's hard because I still struggle with this. And that's where my transparency is going to come into play, is because I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and just say I was fully delivered in that season. Like I didn't watch another one. And for about 2 to 3 years, all I did was worship music and sermons, literally. I would never like deviate and go back there. And then, so whenever I did, it was like 2.5 years into my journey with Jesus. And then I went back and I had to go live at my family's house. And whenever I went there, I don't know, it was like grounds to sin. And I don't know if that's a demon that makes you think like that, or if it's your own personal like way of thinking, like, oh, I'm on the res, so like I can get away with all this sin, and I don't have to answer to nobody or whatever. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But that's the way I felt. And then I was like, I started smoking weed, and I started, back smoking weed, back watching the tarot card videos like crazy, overeating like crazy, drinking soda like crazy, all of these sinful things, and but things that are gossiping, the things that you don't think are sin that are very much sin. And whenever you pull yourself away and you have to live consecrated, you see what's wrong with it. If you ever sat and listened to people that are gossiping, you could feel like the negative vibration that comes off of it. It's real. It's a real thing. Anyway, so then watching the sermon videos, but then today, like I've been struggling with a lot, actually. And like sometimes I go over there like because then sometimes I don't feel like I'm locked in with Jesus and God, and all it takes is like to put the phone down. Oh, I was talking about detoxing from social media. So I've been slowly weaning myself from like not putting my headphone in and putting on like some kind of tarot card video, and like and watching that filth and poisoning my soul with it through my ears, my ear gates. So then I've been slowly detoxing, and today I feel a lot better. I feel a lot lighter. I feel a lot lighter. I feel a lot better. But then today is Saturday, the Sabbath day. And technically you're supposed to be relaxing, like just like powering down with the Lord and talking to him. Like lay in bed and act like he's like sitting right there with you, because he is, And then I've been bringing a lot of my pain and a lot of my past to him. People only think that it's just like the one thing that, that needs healing. It is, because I thought that whenever this thing happened to me, I thought that God like took it from me. You know what I mean? I was like, okay. And then like it was gone, but then every time it comes back up, it comes back up. And I'm like, I don't feel guilty for this. I actually feel guilty for like a lot of other disgusting things that happened in my life. And I feel like I was so like sheltered as a child that whenever like I would encounter people or encounter things that were like wrong, evil, disgusting, wicked, whatever, like I feel like it really left like a demonic imprint on me. Like, and that's why like I don't like hearing about demonic stories or sad, messed up stories, because I just feel like I'm just like shredded from these experiences and from these behaviors and from these things, and within my own self. Like, and so I'm bringing all this hurt and pain to God because some people think like, sexual sin is like, oh, they're just like perverted and nasty. I feel like it's like you're hurting on the inside and you want that hurt to be comforted. And it's weird, and but the more that you can look at it and like rebuke your flesh. I used to rebuke my flesh a lot, like whenever I in the beginning of my journey, but you have to go, it was like, oh, you did this before, well, do it again. Whenever those feelings come up, rebuke it in the name of Jesus, because you shall not give into your flesh. You shall not give into your fleshly desires like that. And keep yourself holy and pure before the Lord, and all of this and that. But it's hard. I get it. It's so hard. But I feel like I've been struggling with like hurting, and like, they took my kids. I was terribly hurt, and I would just lash out at Jesus instead of bringing my pain to him. I would lash out at him because I'm like, you did this to hurt me. I can't believe you did this to hurt me. You're all about heartbreak and pain, in which this life is riddled. It's going to be riddled with more pain. And that's kind of like the scary part about life, but it's all testing from God. It's not about how strong you can be. It's actually about how weak you are, and how much you need the Lord to like handle your weakness and to hold you in your vulnerabilities, and to like be that protecting, loving father that's just gonna like guide you through all of this. And just talking about it sounds like I'm so strong, but I'm actually in a weak, low period right now. And I'm accepting it more. Before, I used to mask it with the fig leaves. Used to cover it with the pride and ego, and cover up my hurt and my pain with pride and ego and aggression, because that's what feels good, and all this stuff. And so hopefully somebody gets something out of this. But then, yeah, I love you guys, and I hope you guys support my channel. I have to start a new channel, but I'm gonna be deleting all the old videos off my other channel, because I don't know, I just don't feel like they're necessarily like informational or even helpful. I don't know, I gotta stop being so random on these videos. I don't know, but yeah, so I love you guys. Bye.